guys, what's up? Welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie Moreland, and I am a certified holistic health practitioner slash women's health enthusiast. So I am here sharing my personal health and wellness journey, as well as things that I learn and current things that I'm experiencing. I am more into pro-metabolic health, as well as hormone balance and holistic pregnancy preparation. No, I'm not planning to have a baby anytime soon, but now is the best time to start preparing as a female for pregnancy. You know, there's never not a good time, or there's never not a good time. Yeah. So today I wanted to share with you why I stopped exercising 6 times a week. So if you've been following my journey on Instagram, you may have seen there at the beginning of the year that I was going super hard. And it's something that I actually see a lot of women doing nowadays, is just going super hard, working out all the time, never getting their bodies a rest. It's just like go, 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 go. So I want to talk about what this is actually doing and why it might not be such a great idea, and some of the positive benefits that I've seen since I stopped doing that. So exercising 6 times a week, or just over exercising in general, can be really dangerous and can negatively impact our metabolic health. So exercise is actually a form of stress. And what we don't realize in this day and age is that we are constantly bombarded by stress. And I don't mean to freak you out, don't mean to scare you. It is reality. It's not something to be afraid of. But with that being said, because there are so many stressors that we can't necessarily control, like pollution and some other environmental toxins and things like that, it's really important to focus on which stressors we actually have control over. And I would say exercise is one of those stressors. So there is this saying that, a lot of people think that when something is good or something is healthy, then we should do a lot of it or eat a lot of it. But in this case, a lot is not better. So yes, exercising is really good. So being active, moving our bodies, it's really beneficial. There's a lot of positive health benefits from exercising, but more is not better. So by over-exercising or excessively exercising, we're not doing ourselves any good. We're actually negatively impacting our bodies because of over-exercising, instead of getting the positive benefits of exercise. Whew. So yes, exercise is a stressor. So what it is doing when we exercise is we are inducing, for a short period of time, a small amount of stress on our body. And the idea with this is that it kind of helps us cope with stressors in the future. So by giving yourself, it's the idea kind of like a vaccine, and not super into vaccines, don't want to get into them, but just the idea that by giving yourself a little bit of something can actually make you stronger. So that's kind of the idea around exercise, is like a little bit of it, a little bit of stress will actually make you more resistant to stress. But what a lot of people are doing is over-exercising. Willow, my puppy just jumped in the bed. So when we over-exercise, we are actually putting ourselves under, we're intentionally putting ourselves under extended periods of stress. So these extended periods of stress are, raising our stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And in return, if a couple hormones increase, our body's main goal is to maintain homeostasis. So when these stress hormones increase or are chronically high, we're going to see a decrease in some of our other hormones. So our bodies have kind of like two modes. We have rest and digest, or we have fight or flight. So fight or flight is like our chronically stressed out, high stress hormone state. Rest and digest is when we have, we're relaxed, low stress, and our bodies can actually repair, rest, digest, and we're more likely to have balanced hormones in that state, when we're not having chronically high stress hormones. So when we do over exercise, we are putting ourselves in a stressed out state for an extended period of time, which can lead to hormone imbalance. And this hormone imbalance, it can be a decrease in progesterone. We could also see an increase in estrogen. We could see issues with our hunger. We could be extremely hungry. Some days or lack appetite other days. So it can cause some really interesting things to happen in our body. But most importantly, because of these hormone imbalances, we might see issues with our cycles. So as women, there has been female athletes that actually use over exercising as a way to suppress their menstrual cycle, so they don't have to deal with it when they're working out. And that's because having those chronically high stress hormones, our bodies are like, no, you're super stressed out all the time, something's got to be wrong, it's not the right time to reproduce. So our bodies literally shut that off, and our cycle is there to help us reproduce. That's the whole point of our menstrual cycle, is to prepare our bodies for pregnancy. So when we are chronically stressed out or inducing extended stressful periods by over-exercising, our bodies can sometimes say like, hey, F that, you're not ready to have a baby right now, and just shut off. And I can personally relate to this, because when I was in high school, I noticed so many fluctuations in my periods when I would play sports. So I would only play sports in the fall, really. And then come winter or spring, my period would be so all over the place. And then when fall came back around, when I started exercising heavily again, I would actually lose my period and be like, what the heck is going on? It was especially scary when I was sexually active as a teenager. So I am actually living proof that over-exercising can actually suppress or stop your menstrual cycle. But it is our body's way of saying like, hey, something's not right here. And I think that's really important to pay attention to. So what I realized by working out 6 days a week is that I was inducing a stressful period, because I'd work out for about an hour. It would be 25 to 30 minutes to 45 minutes, somewhere in that less than an hour range. I never say I'd go over an hour, but I was doing it 6 days a week consistently, probably for about 3 months. And I could actually feel myself being more stressed out throughout my day. I was having a lot of trouble relaxing, and especially relaxing at work. I feel like I was more sensitive to stress, but I was probably just in a stressed out state going from the gym to work, just riding the adrenaline pretty much throughout my day. So I cut my personal workouts back to 3 times a week, and I actually feel really good about that. So I am still active. I go for lots of walks, lots of hikes, especially on days when I'm not working out. But something that I think is really important when working out is to make sure that we're actually getting enough calories. So when I would work out before 6 days a week, I was not eating enough. I was eating probably 1,600 calories a day, and that is not enough on a normal day, let alone on a day where we're actually exerting energy, and calories equal energy. So I was not getting enough energy to actually work out, let alone, to live, let alone work out, which just stresses the body out even more. So it's really important on days when we do work out to make sure that, we're increasing our caloric intake if needed. We want to make sure that we are giving our body fuel to actually perform, to actually be able to lift weights and exert energy. We want it to have that excess so our bodies don't go into a stressed out state, because it can really affect our hormones as women. And our hormones are the messengers of our body. They tell our body to do things, to do different processes and things. And when our hormones are imbalanced, we can definitely notice some negative health impact occurring. So we want to definitely avoid being chronically stressed out or inducing extended periods of stress on ourselves, because like I said, we do live in a more stressful environment. And I'm sure we have not only these physical environmental stressors, but we have jobs, we have relationships, we get stuck in traffic. I get it. We have these things that we have to take into account that are stressing us as well. And we want to be in that rest and digest, in that relaxed state more often than not. So if you do notice yourself in a more stressed out state, it might not be a great day to work out. You don't want to put yourself under more stress. And if you do notice that more often than not you seem a little stressed out, go ahead and check out my 5 ways to de-stress video. I have actually 2 videos on stress that are really helpful ways kind of just to relax after a long day, whatever. They're just really good ways to relax. But yeah, that's why I'm not working out 6 days anymore, because more is not better. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment with any video ideas that you'd like to see in the future. Have a great rest of the week, guys.